Hello everyone, welcome to another session of Microsoft Word. Now that we have learned all about ribbons and text and how to proofread your text, how to align your text and all, let's understand what to do with objects. Now when you are creating a document, yes, it will have lot of text, but it will also have some images, some graphics, some charts, some icons. And how do you align them? How do you rotate them? How do you group them together? This is what we are going to be learning today. So let's begin our session. As I was saying, we will be learning today grouping objects and aligning objects. So what is grouping in objects? Grouping helps in rotating, flipping, moving, resizing multiple shapes and objects as they are in single shapes and objects. Now let's say in a line you have added 3 images in a single line. Each image is of different size. You would want them to look aligned. Most importantly, you would want all of them to be resized together so they look more or less the same, right? How do we do that? Do we manually resize each and every image? Well, there might be a slight error that can happen. One image or 2 images may get resized properly. The third or the fourth image might have some problem. It can be a decimal point problem, and you would not want that. Grouping actually saves you from this error. When you use the group feature, you will be able to flip or rotate or resize all of your images in that single line together, and you can make changes in the same. Now, one thing, whenever you're using the group function, make sure you're doing it in the single line. Do not group all the images together in all the pages because there might be a problem in the alignment and you would not want that. Take one page at a time, few pictures at a time in that page. Hopefully it is aligned all together. It is placed in the same line or in separate lines one after the other, and it will be easier to work on grouping them. So let's begin. Now, how do we look for grouping? So let's open Microsoft Word. We'll open a blank document. Yes. Now we have this blank document. We are going to insert few shapes. For example, a circle. And let's give it some color. Let's remove the shadow effect. Now I want to insert another image here, shape. Let me add the star. Right? Let's give a color here. We'll remove the shadow effect. Let's increase the size a bit. Now, join it here. Press Ctrl. Go to shape format. As you will see, you have already selected. So what you do is make sure you're pressing Ctrl and you will see group objects and you group them. Right? Now let's move this image to a different space. Now can you see I can move these images together? I can increase the size if I want to. I can make it smaller if I want to. And I can align it and place it anywhere. So make sure you're pressing Ctrl whenever you're doing grouping of objects. Yes, so I will do it again. We go to shape format and ungroup it so that it's easier for you to understand. Now that this shape is here, we join this a bit, press Ctrl, and regroup it together. And that's it. Your object is again regrouped together. So you can group, ungroup, and regroup the same to make sure all the images are working together. And you can make changes to all of them at the same time. Make sure they are on the same line, yes, or one after the other, and it's not in a different page. So this is how grouping of the document works. Now let's go back to aligning. What is aligning? Aligning of objects helps in, alignment of shapes of objects, and it helps you maintaining equal distances, right? Now let's align objects. Now we already know how to align text, right? We can do left alignment, right alignment, center alignment, or justify. Well, you can align your objects as well. So let's work on the same. So we'll go back and we will add few more shapes in the document, right? So you go to insert, go to shapes. Let's say I want to add this triangle. Yeah. And let's add a blue color to it. You can remove the shadow. Let's add. And once we select this, we can go to shape format. And the first thing you can see is align objects. So go to shape format and you will see insert shapes, shape styles, shadow effects, 3D effects, and arrange. Here, once you select this, you can go to this option. You see the icon is of a straight line with two bars. Well, this is your align object icon. So you select here and let's say I want to do a right alignment, or I can do a left alignment. I can do top, middle, or bottom. I can align it to page or margin if I have customized margin, or even grid lines. If you have customized grid lines and margin, make sure you're aligning your objects with the margins and the grid lines. So you can align your object anywhere and you do not have to shift with and use spacebar for the same. You remember how before a lot of us would be using spacebar or select that image and try to place it with the left alignment, right alignment? Well, you can do this in shape format itself. You will be able to align all the images properly with the help of align objects option.